Have you found that house on the hill?
No, I still don't have a house. I'm still houseless.
Who are your influences in music that inspire you with your work?
I think there's so many people who inspire me. I think, let's see, like from Adele to Harry Styles to a lot of British musicians actually. Harry Styles to Amy Winehouse a lot used to. Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm good, sorry.
And then Bruno Mars to Justin Bieber to John Mayer. It really runs the full spectrum. Yeah, a lot of different people.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned earlier that you worked on a single with Han. They just came here a few months ago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear
I'm very excited for people
collab.
to hear it. We spent 3 days in the studio in London. We wrote 2 songs. We wrote 2 songs. One of them is the title song for this new album.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different sound for me, obviously, because it's with Han, who are incredible songwriters, singers, producers, and we wrote it. I came up with this melody while I was on the train going to their studio. It just really kind of flowed out very easily, but because of the way it was written, perhaps, I was like, what should we do for a music video? And we ended up shooting this really cool video on a Korean subway. So it's a very cinematic, beautifully shot story that was kind of inspired from that initial moment of me being on a subway train, coming up with this melody on the way to Han. So I hope you enjoy it.
Is it a love or a romantic?
You'll have to hear it.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. But what's your process in terms of songwriting? Like, you get inspired by when you are sad or when you're particularly happy?
I think it's any time, any moment. There are moments where I am sad and I'm like, oh, this is a certain expression or a word or a phrase that pops into my mind and I'll write it down. But when I'm really happy, it's like, how do I express this happiness without wanting to be cheesy or cringy? How do we do this in a fun way? So it's always a certain emotion, but the process itself, it can come from anything. Sometimes we'll have the track first, and then from there we'll just write words. But this time around, I think we spent a lot more time coming up with, like, House on a Hill is because I was literally looking for a house and it happened to be on a hill. Only for a moment was because I was on a subway and I was like, oh, I like this melody. And the words were just like right there, only for a moment. And then we were like, oh, this is really cool to be on a subway and there's so many people around. And in this one moment, there's so many different things happening to every single person. But there's also magic and synergy and like very special things that can happen. So it really can come from anywhere. But that's kind of like the fun part of when I'm in songwriting mode. It's like, if I was in songwriting right now, I'd be like, oh, after this interview, like, oh, I had an interview and this is what the song's gonna be called, Interview. I have a song called Interview for that reason. So, yeah.
Have you found that house on the hill?
No, I still don't have a house. I'm still houseless, which is fine. I travel a lot. I think last year I spent about 9 months on the road. And this year we've spent, it's August? I think I've spent like 6 months traveling this year. So it's like, I don't need a house because I'm never anywhere. I have a lot of mileage.
I hope that you enjoy this time.
Thank you so much.
Exploring new places.
Yeah.
Your Instagram.